Greetings. This is part 57 of God's chain of events. Moving on to the 13th chapter of 1 Samuel, starting at the first verse. Saul reigned 1 year. When he had reigned 2 years over Israel, Saul chose him 3,000 men of Israel, whereof 2,000 were with Saul in Michmash and in Mount Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan in Gibeah of Benjamin. And the rest of the people he sent every man to his tent. And Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistine that was in Gibeah. And the Philistines heard of it. And Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, Let the Hebrews hear. And all Israel heard say that Saul had smitten a garrison of the Philistine. And Israel also was had in abomination with the Philistines. And the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal. And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and people as the sand which is on the seashore, in multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmash, eastward from Bethaven. When the men of Israel saw that they were in a strait, for the people were distressed, then the people did hide themselves in caves, and in thickets, and in rocks, and in high places, and in pits. And some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. And he tarried 7 days according to the set time that Samuel had appointed. But Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him. And Saul said, Bring hither a burnt offering to me, and peace offering. And he offered the burnt offering. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came, and Saul went out to meet him, that he might salute him. And Samuel said, What hast thou done? And Saul said, Because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and that thou camest not within the days appointed, and that the Philistines gathered themselves together at Michmash. Therefore said I, The Philistines will come now down upon me to Gilgal, and I have not made supplication unto the Lord. I forced myself with the new heart God had given him, and had been turned into another man by God. He had to force himself to commit this sin. It was not easy to sin with the heart God had given him. Again, as the word of God says in 1 Samuel 10:9, and it was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart. And all those signs came to pass that day. And in Samuel 10:9, 1 Samuel 10:9, 1 Samuel 10:6, and the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and shall be turned unto another man. Continuing back to 1 Samuel 13:12, I forced myself, therefore, and offered a burnt offering. And Samuel said to Saul, Thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee. For now would the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever. But now thy kingdom shall not continue. The Lord hath sought him a man after his own heart, and the Lord hath commanded him to be captain over his people, because thou hast not kept that which the Lord commanded thee. There are times when God will test our faith. He will test us to show us how strong our obedience to his word is, which is true faith. We must always trust and wait on the Lord, no matter how long it takes, as the word of God says in Isaiah 40:28-31. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard? That the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Returning back to 1 Samuel 13:15, And Samuel arose and gat him up from Gilgal unto Gibeah of Benjamin. And Saul numbered the people that were present with him, about 600 men. And Saul and Jonathan his son, and the people that were present with them, abode in Gibeah of Benjamin. But the Philistines encamped in Michmash, and the spoilers came out of the camp of the Philistines in 3 companies. One company turned unto the way up that leadeth to Ophrah, unto the land of Shur. Another company turned the way to Betharon. Another company turned the way of the border of that looketh to the valley of Zeboim, toward the wilderness. Now there was no smith found throughout all the land of Israel. For the Philistines said, lest the Hebrews make them swords or spears. But all the Israelites went down to the Philistines to sharpen every man his share, and his coulter, and his axe, and his mattocks. Yet they had a file for the mattocks, and for the coulters, and for the forks, and for the axes, and to sharpen the goads, which were farm tools and work tools that the children of Israel had to use for weapons of war. Continuing, so it came to pass in the day of battle that there was neither sword nor spear found in the hand of any of the people that were with Saul and Jonathan, but with Saul and Jonathan his son there was found. And the garrison of the Philistines went out to the passage of Michmash. Moving on to the 14th chapter of 1 Samuel, starting at the first verse, in the 58th part of God's chain of events. We'll start with the 58th part in the next message. Thank you.